Okay. Well, that'll be awesome. Yeah, it's recording. I have no record of this. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Capitol Theater. We've got tonight Footloose from 1984. Is there anybody here seeing it for the first time? Oh, awesome. And who here saw it in the theater? No, I saw it on VHS like the year after. Anyways, thanks for coming out to the Capitol. All movies start with a story, and this one is a bit of a doozy. This is the last movie I ever expected to be based on a true story. Of a small town where dancing in public was banned since 1898, the time of the town's incorporation. The town was Elmore City, Oklahoma, population 620, and the motto was, if the South was the Bible Belt, we are the buckle. And Kevin Bacon's character was based on two high schoolers, Leonard Coffey and Rex Kennedy, who led the campaign to introduce dancing at the high school graduation. This was opposed by Reverend Johnson of United Pentecostal Church, who thundered from the pulpit that no good has ever come from a dance, and it would cause a surge of teen pregnancies. And if you have a dance, people will come crash it looking for two things, women and booze. And when boys and girls hold each other, they get aroused. And when they breathe into their other's ears, the next step is... Yes, that's right. The request was very polite by the teenagers of the town, but they were turned down, so they took it to a town meeting, and it was granted. So all 29 kids of their senior class got to dance awkwardly, because many of them had never danced before. They were almost outnumbered by news media. They were tripping over cameras. And so when did this happen? 1937? 1956? 1980! It was the class of 1980 that lobbied for dancing, so it was outlawed for 82 years. With stories like this making the news, the Oscar-winning lyric writer of the movie Fame, who had actually never written a screenplay, decided to write one for this movie. He was so inspired, he drove all the way to Oklahoma to sample the local color. The town was so small, the only reason he found it was seeing a sign saying, "You are now leaving Elmore City." This was originally, when the film came together, it was going to be directed by 70s bad boy Michael Cimino, director of The Deer Hunter. Except very early on in the production, he was making extravagant demands for budget and salary, so he was given the heave-ho after 4 months, and the director's job was given to journeyman Herbert Ross. When it came time for casting, Tom Cruise was looked at very early because of his underwear dancing scene in Risky Business, but he was unavailable. Rob Lowe actually auditioned 3 times, but then got injured, which brings us to Kevin Bacon, who had been offered the lead role in Stephen King's Christine, but he took a chance on the screen test and got the part. The Reverend's daughter, Ariel, the role went to Laurie Singer in the film, but it was originally offered to Daryl Hannah, who passed in order to do Splash. Everybody auditioned for this role. It was a who's who of Hollywood at the time. Madonna, Melanie Griffith, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jamie Lee Curtis, Rosanna Arquette, Meg Tilly, Julia Louise-Dreyfus, Heather Locklear, Meg Ryan, Jodie Foster, Phoebe Cates, Tatum O'Neal, Diane Lane, and Brooke Shields all auditioned for the role of the Reverend's daughter. You'll also find John Lithgow in a fine performance, and look for an 18-year-old Sarah Jessica Parker in a couple of scenes. And it was filmed in Utah County, Utah in the summer of 1983. For the dance seasons, Kevin Bacon actually had 4 stunt doubles, 2 gymnastics double, a dance double, and a double for the stunts. So this film dropped September 19th of 1984 with a budget of $8 million, made $80 million. It had the #1 soundtrack of 1984, I believe, and was turned into a Broadway musical in 1998. Well, that's just about all I got before I give away the prizes. Don't forget to finish off the year of the month of back-to-school movies here at the Capitol Theater with Ferris Bueller's Day Off, a film which I attest is impossible to hate. So be here September 27th. That's next Thursday. I'll be in the gate, but I'll run in here to do the intro, and I've dug up some interesting things. Keep an eye open for the website for our Halloween extravaganza called Dart coming up in October. And be here next weekend for Shakespeare Sirens. We have a burlesque show that's 18A, so you must be 18. The 28th and 29th tickets will be $25 at the door or $22 plus tax online, and it is 18A. So thanks for listening to my rant about the movie. Now it's time to give away some prizes, which in this case are passes to Ferris Bueller next week. And so this is going to be a blurt out the answer kind of deal. If you feel blurty, may the best blurter win. Kevin Bacon and the movie Footloose was name-checked in a Marvel Comics movie. Which one was it? Right back there. Yay. Good stuff. Thank you very much. Michael Cimino, director of The Deer Hunter, was the director of this infamous Western Bomb in 1980. That's right. Gen X represent right there. There you go. Thank you.
Got it first.
What? Really? Did you get it first?
Yeah.
Wait, in the back. Okay, here we go.
But awfully nice of you to give that up.
I did not agree to that.
Yeah, keep flirting. He deserves it. You're just sitting beside him.
Okay, and for the concession prize, and to wrap up all this nonsense from me, Kevin, let me see. The year before, 1983, there was another movie with dancing in the title. What was it?
Dirty Dancing.
What?
Dirty Dancing.
Yes, right here. Yes. I would have accepted Flashdance. Okay, thank you, folks. Thanks for putting up with me. Thank you to the staff of the Capitol Theatre, and thank you to National Treasure Dana Anderson for letting me accost you in this fashion. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the show.
Thank you, Paul!